I love bullshit with customers. That's like my favorite part of the job, right? I love giving somebody a good experience. That's kind of what we're built off of. It's like a neighborhood shop. Like, I'm telling jokes, I'm cracking jokes, crack jokes on me. Guys are cracking jokes. We're playing music. It's an experience, right? So we're selling that just as much as the pizza. But if you come in like all mad and like you had a bad day, like leave that out there. We're not doing that here. That's not maybe not for you.
What's going on, Pizza Fam? Look, I appreciate each one of you for listening to this show, listening to this episode. Before we get back to it, I wanted to tell you about my favorite product right now, Todd's Curry Sauce. I met these guys at the Florida Restaurant Show, Pizza Tomorrow Summit, and I'm telling you, ever since I tried that sauce, I have been putting it on everything in the shop. Chicken wings, pizza, you've seen the pizzas, chicken sandwich, salad dressing. Like, we've been putting Todd's curry sauce on everything, and I'm here to give you a special deal, special offer. Go to their website, toddscurrysauce.com, use code Pizza King, and get 10% off your next order. I promise you, you only need to try it one time. It's going to be the best curry sauce you ever tasted in your life. You're going to start putting it on all kinds of stuff in your shop, even at home. I got a bottle in the pantry here at the house. I got a bottle at the shop. Elliot, Todd, I need another bottle because I'm putting it everywhere. I'm putting it on everything. So go check it out. Use code Pizza King and get 10% off your next order. Peace. Let's get back to it.
Welcome back, Pizza King Podcast. I'm with my guy, Paul Cody from Pie Trap Pizza. I feel like I've been knowing him on Instagram for a little bit now, but ended up running into him out in Vegas at the expo. Man, just nothing but love straight from jump. So, Paul, welcome to the show. I'm glad that you was able to come on and tell us about you, tell us about Pie Trap.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
My first question is straight up, how did you come up with the name Pie Trap?
I mean, so my shop is kind of an extension of me, the culture, all of that, and where I grew up, just my nostalgia, right? So, I mean, I've always been a big hip hop head. So it started also with like, we're next to a brewery, right? So there's a window and it's a hole in the wall. And so originally we are going to call it Pie Hole Pizza. And then we were looking around and there's like this well-known pie shop. There's like 4 or 5 locations there with Pie Hole. So like, oh, how do we pivot? And then I was just thinking about names and it was all Pie Trap. Oh, that's actually perfect. So we ran with it, got the logo going. And so, it really fits, what we're all about. And, kind of our, I don't know, ethos, just my nostalgia. And it just fits hand in hand.
So from IG, I could definitely see all of the hip hop influences and just the whole vibe in the shop. Was that just curated by you? Like we gonna have a straight hip hop vibe?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's all centered around great pizza, right? So, I mean, the pizza came first, and then I was just like, where I grew up, the friends I had, the, what I loved. I just put what I loved in there.
Where you from?
And I'm from LA. I'm from East LA.
Born and raised East LA.
Born and raised.
Have you always
So
been in the pizza game?
no, I had nothing to do with the pizza. I never worked in a restaurant
What is you doing?
ever. I was in finance. I mean, I did all kind of stuff, man. Mostly failed, some good, but I just never really loved it. I ended up sitting in front of a computer, and it just wasn't me. And I had always made pizza backyard style. So I had jerry rigged a barbecue with bricks and set it up. And I had been doing that for like 10, 15 years. But I was always into like making great dough, like figuring out bread and baking just as a hobby. And pandemic came, got sent home just like everybody else. And then I really got into it, like really got into it hard. And then time came to like, COVID was over, sort of. People were going back and said, well, I'm just going to make pizza. I wasn't happy before, so this makes me happy. I'm going to do it. And that location opened up, a little tiny location next to a brewery, 400 square feet. That's all our kitchen is. But the brewery that we're at now has like a 3,000, 4,000 square foot dining room. right?
Take advantage of having that.
That's it. You get to take advantage of the whole thing. And we just have a 400 square foot cramped little stuff. You know, I'm big, so I'm in there bumping around. We got a bunch of big guys working in there too, so it's like it's becoming too small now. But it's just a kitchen, so we just pump out pizza, one salad. We have a tray of meatballs that we sell, and knots. That's it. And then we just added wings. So our menu's really small, one page.
You baking the wings, or you put a fryer in too?
So we par bake. We snuck a fryer in there somehow. Don't tell the health department, but we snuck it in. Yeah, we got it in there. Yeah, it's a little one, but and we sell a lot of wings now. It's like come in a wing shop. It's crazy. Hey, people want wings.
I was checking out the menu, and what I love is you kept it real simple. Like you don't have
Yeah,
2, 3, 4 sizes of pizzas. You do
no,
a square, you do a round,
that's it. That's it. So we got
and slices.
we got a 20-inch pie. You know, they call in, they say, I want a medium. I say, well, come get some slices. That's the way it works. That way we don't gotta have three different size dough balls.
Yeah.
And space is always paramount for us, right? So we just don't have the luxury there to do, you know, different sizes. This is not gonna work. So we just do slices. We bought a little slice case, fill it up, limited slice case. And we don't do every pizza we have on the menu, especially pies. It's whatever's in the case when you get there.
That's what you
Just
got.
is it what it is.
Who decides what goes in the case every day?
So what we do is we have, you know, pepperoni and cheese, obviously.
Gotta have the staples.
Then we got our best seller besides pepperoni is it's an explosive pie, so we call it. Pepperoni jalapenos, fresh jalapenos, and then we drizzle hot honey.
Like
That's
explosive,
our
chronic 2001 explosive.
yeah, like chronic 2001. Yeah, so all our specialty pies are named after, you know, my favorite stuff. So, you know, the Supreme is called the Supreme Clientele, Big Ghost Face Guy. Instead of our sausage pie, we call Sausage Was the Case. Just all kind of names like that, you know what I mean?
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
All
play
right,
around with it.
so finance guy at the crib during COVID, making pies and falling in love with it. But
Yeah.
how did that become like I'm about to do this as like I'm about to make this a business and go all in?
It was slightly organic. So me and my brother are partners, right? So he kind of does everything that I don't do. So I don't really do the behind the scenes payroll, accounting. We kind of struck a deal where it's like, hey, I'll be operations side. That's what I love doing. So we kind of teamed up. We had been doing a lot of cooking during COVID, right? Because we're, you know, big foodie guys. And actually, my brother went to a restaurant management school because he had always wanted to get into it too, but he still didn't have any restaurant experience either. We actually started. He wanted to do like a sushi taco spot, so that's where we started at. And I and I was just like, man, all right, well, you know, I'll work with you. And like, I mean, you know, we didn't have nothing to do, so we're like, all right, but I'm still making pizzas, and we wanted to do this other concept, but I never really want. I was like, dude, I got pizza in the back pocket. You know what I mean? Like, and finally, we had another spot we were looking at, and finally it dawned on us like, dude, we don't know what we're doing, bro. We ain't gonna open up some other concept with front of house and employees. Like, we barely know what we're doing at all. Pizza is way, you know, way less waste, right? We figure way less waste, smaller footprint, and it's just like let's just keep it small, knock it out, learn along the way. That was our goal, right? It was like, hey, I'm kind of smart, right? I can figure it out. That's what's kind of our whole motto. Like, hey, we'll do this step, then we'll call this person. I'll knock down doors. I'll just figure it out. And it was a slow process because another story was the build out was a nightmare. So we
Was it
learned
so was that space not a restaurant before y'all went in there?
no. So the space was an office building.
Shit, you had to
So we
rezone.
didn't know. So when I'm telling you, like we didn't know anything. Like America, if you're watching this podcast, don't do what we did. We got extreme. We got extremely lucky and fortunate, and we kind of just rested our hat on great pie. That was my thing. Let's make sure every pie that goes over the counter is great. right? Not, I mean, obviously not all of them are going to be that, but that was it. That was the whole focus. And then we
that's the
just, and
standard.
then, and yeah, and we just kind of built around it. You know what I mean? Filled in the gaps of stuff we didn't know. And you know me, you met me. I can talk to anybody. So it's like, hey, I'm just gonna ask questions whoever I can, right?
Yeah,
And luckily in LA right now, there's like a big pizza movement.
big time.
And I just kind of got connected with the right people, jumped in the DMs, harassed some people, and just kind of figured stuff out on the business side, and just perfected the craft, and we just kind of rolled from there. And we hit the ground crazy. It was crazy. Like,
Was it busy straight from the?
so it was, so yeah, it was busy straight from the go. So we did a lot of marketing on Instagram and in the brewery, right? For a while. Like we put up a sign, like, and then it had keep the date keep getting pushed back, pushed back, pushed back, pushed back.
It was
So people were
naturally
like
building.
ready for it, right? They're ready for it. And then right off the bat, it went bang. I remember that first night, I was like having like, I was at the oven. I was like, feeling like I'm gonna throw up. I was nervous and jittery, and like I never felt adrenaline rush like that. And like our kitchen is open, so it was like, you know, that feeling of like the rush, and it's like, oh shit,
I
it's
can't.
going down. Oh, we're in it now. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just looking around,
Deep
and I'm
breath.
just looking at
Let's
all my
go.
team, and I'm like, oh shit, we're going, huh? And I was like, all right, just keep going, just keep going. We just kept going, and then so it jumped off, and then we had a decline. Like I think friends and family and like kind of little hype we built like wore off a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it was kind of numbers were going down. I heard that was kind of natural, and then we really had to stand on like learning and efficiency and making great pie. And then slowly the word got out, and then the numbers ramped up. Somebody came by, did a Instagram, TikTok, and then I remember one day someone told the news about us, and then the news came and did a story, and after that it's been, and it's just we just been back in the corner fighting it out ever since. You know what I mean?
How has, I mean, getting that popularity like that is dope. How did
Yeah.
you prepare the team like to adjust? Like, all right, we slowed down, but it's about to happen again. We got to stay ready.
It
How did
was
y'all make those
organic.
adjustments?
It was organic. It was like it was always like big jolts to the system, right? And like, hey, all right, we're here. We're fighting. I wouldn't say fighting to survive, but it wasn't like what we I expected, right? No, you run the numbers, you try to make projections. It was less than that, and then we just caught some stuff in a bottle, right? TikToker or whatever comes along. As it happened, we just kind of just built for the next rush, right? So I think what happens is you get busy, bang, and then you can't handle it, right? Obviously, you can't handle it. Like the way you're built, you can't handle it for a while. And then you just kind of learn, you increase production. Some team members ain't built for it,
They don't long.
right? They ain't built for it, right? You look, it's going down, and you look over in the eyes, and the eyes are like this, and you're like, no, so well, he ain't gonna be here. You know what I mean? So some team members weren't built for it, some were. We kept those, we added more, just grinded it, right? Just grinded it, figured it out, got more team members, people who could do it, got really lucky finding people. That's that's always the hardest part, right? Like
And people, you
finding
got
people.
you got any day ones with you still?
I got a few. I got
Yeah,
a few. I got a few. I had just had a long time guy, really good guy. He left, so we've been kind of dealing with that like the last couple weeks. But we're back. We're back.
all right, oh, for sure. Yeah, you got a
Yeah.
good environment. That's the kind of stuff people they see it and they want to come be a part of it. It's just a
So yeah, I
matter of
think I
can they
think
handle it.
I think we found out it's not like getting people into like I think the culture that we've built and what they see when they're in there and the experience that we provide because we're very experience forward. People want to work for us, but you're right. It's can they do it?
Can
Right?
they
It's
handle
like
it?
I think I realized like, oh, I could teach somebody. I could teach anybody how to make pizza. No, I can't. You can't do that. It's hard. We make a 20-inch pizza that we do straight off the board onto the deck. Right?
That's not
Not
easy.
everybody. Not
It's not easy.
everybody can do that. It takes a while, and not everybody can. It takes a certain level of like confidence. Right? It's like the dough can smell your fear. You got to be a little confident with it when you're throwing a 20-inch pie. It's like you gotta. Or if you're timid, it'll be and you come out with wonky pies.
And it just
That's
gonna
how it
take
goes.
you forever. We don't got all day.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, you do 2 or 3 on a Friday night. You
Good
mess them
good
up. That
job.
sets us back.
You got it to 17 inches. What the hell what we gonna do with that?
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, so that's that's the bottleneck. You know what I mean? That is our bottleneck right there, finding the guys. But we got a good mix right now, so we're lucky. So yeah.
What sells more, the square or the round?
So we do limited squares. So our whole model is based on kind of limited availability of not just squares of like every. So we make meatballs. We make so many meatballs. We're done for the week. That's it. So right now we make 82 squares a week. They're ready on Thursday afternoon. When they sell out, they sell out till next Thursday. It usually happens somewhere around Saturday, Sunday night. Sometimes we'll have some on Monday, but with our space, that's all we can do. I just can't find the space to be constantly proofing and having that process work out because it takes us about 3 days for our squares to be made.
If you had more space, would you do unlimited production, or would
I'm
you
not
still
sure.
use
I'm not sure. I'm
that
not sure.
scarcity?
I'm not sure. They're a lot. The squares are a lot more work, right? On the line, they're easier, right? Because we do par bakes. On the line, they're easier,
Yeah,
but
but
the production of them is a headache.
and
I'd
are you
much rather for
using a different hydration dough, like a different hydration
so
mix for the square?
so we use our squares are 85, our rounds are 68.
So totally
So
different batch, everything.
only thing different about the dough is the hydration. All right, so we make one. That's it. We make one bag of squares. All right, and then that's it. Pan them up. It's hard for us because it's just limited space. So we can't have proofing dough out in our space during service. It wouldn't work for us. So we carve out 2 days of when we could fit it in our slowest days on Wednesday and Thursday, Tuesday and Wednesday. They're done by Thursday. All right. So that's only work for us now in this space. Maybe we would, I don't know, but we sell a lot more rounds. We probably 10 to 1. You know what I mean? So it's not that big a concern. And I don't know. I like New York style pizza better. You know what I mean? But I mean I love Detroit's, but
I love Detroit, and it's so popular right now, right?
yeah, it
I see a
is. You
lot of
got
folks,
me.
popping up with these Neapolitans and these squares
Yeah.
now, like all over the place, and they're great. But it is hard. I tried. We make New York style in my shop, and I tried to run squares on Thursdays, but it was like
It's a lot.
it was a lot. It was a pain in the ass. I didn't
And
have.
then the pans is ridiculous. You
I
know what
only
I mean?
have like 5 or 6 pans, so it's like we're
Yeah.
trying to rotate. Like, no, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah. See, we
It's gonna.
got we got we got 45 pans. So we split it up to where we proof in the fridge from Monday, and then, oh, so, excuse me, Sunday we make them, proof them. Tuesday comes, we take them out, we pan them up, right? And that takes 3 or 4 different stretches, right? So it's like, boom, stretch, stretch, come back 30 minutes later, stretch, 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 come back 30 minutes later. Then we put them back in the fridge, take them out the next morning, let them reproof again for 4 hours, then bake them. So
That's a
it's
process.
a lot.
I bet
It's a
it's good
lot.
though, because I can already hear how much air is in the middle of that dough right now.
Yeah,
Just talking about it.
yeah, yeah,
And I was just being lazy with it, but yeah, that's too much.
yeah. It's a
That,
lot.
that's
So like I said, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. So I think this model works out for us. It's less stress on the shop, just what we can do. And it's like, hey, you get one, you get one. And I think I wouldn't say people like that, but it's like, oh shit, I didn't get one. Gotta go back. Gotta
gotta
try them.
be there earlier
You know what
next
I
time.
mean? Yeah. So it's like it builds a low hype. It does. I think it does.
I like that, and it sounds like that's something that makes what you do unique, because a lot of us, and I say us because I've been in the game for a while too. We're trying to just like get the most, like turn as many
Yeah.
tickets as we can, sell as many pizzas as we can. Sometimes at the sacrifice of quality, even like we just
Yeah.
try to get that
Yeah.
money in.
Yeah.
And I understand anybody that does too, because rent
Yeah.
got to get paid.
Yeah. You
But
know what I
you
think though? You know what I think about that? This is just my opinion. for us, that way of thinking, it doesn't seem like a long term strategy. That's good, right? Because okay, boom, we hit a TikToker came in, bang, banging out as many pies as we can, but then half of those people that came
Ain't coming
are
back.
gonna get a shitty pie and they ain't coming back.
Ain't coming back.
So it's like, what's the point? Okay, cool, we made 5,000 more bucks this week, but that's it. It's over. As opposed to, hey, sorry, yeah, you know what? Here's a 50% off coupon. You didn't get one this time, but come back and you got a customer for life if you make a good pie.
I like that.
So
Is that what you do
yeah,
when folks come in when something's gone? You give them a reason
yeah,
to come
yeah.
back.
I'll give them some. I'll give them some. Sometimes, I mean, it's a lot of what we do is character based. You come in, you're nice. I'm gonna hook you up. You come in like, oh man, what the hell? All right,
Sorry, bro.
see
Next
us.
time. So hey, you feeding off whatever energy they give you.
I feed off it. I'm high energy. I love bullshitting with customers. That's like my favorite part of the job, right? I love giving somebody a good experience. That's kind of what we're built off of. It's like a neighborhood shop. Like, I'm telling jokes, I'm cracking jokes, crack jokes on me. Guys are cracking jokes. We're playing music. It's an experience, right? So we're selling that just as much as the pizza. But if you come in like all mad and like you had a bad day, like leave that out there. We're not doing that here. That's not maybe not for you. You know what I
Like
mean? Yeah,
you can't be mad with a pizza.
yeah.
Was the 20-inch something new for LA?
There so on the east side of LA, yes. There's a few shops that do it. You heard of Apollonia's?
Mhm.
They're in like Midtown, right? They've been doing it for a long time. Was it Prime Pizza used to do 20, but now they do 18. So the separator between 18 and 20 is it's kind of like a big jump because the
It's
box price.
exactly.
It's the box price. We
Yeah.
found that out. If I had to do it all over again, I don't know, I might have done 18. You know what I mean?
I, so we do 18 and I feel like that's huge. Like
Yeah.
most people, you can't put that box in your fridge.
No, yeah. And
Like you
20
just
inches,
20, there ain't no
it's
chance.
hard to get it's hard to get in the car.
I'm like, that's gotta be like
Yeah.
very, very that's part of the
Yeah.
experience too. Like, man, I got
Yeah.
this big ass pizza, but you gotta charge
Yeah.
accordingly too.
Yeah.
How do you come up with, when you got a unique size, you got a product that that you put, your heart and soul into it, you make sure it's quality. How do you decide how you gonna price that?
Yeah. I mean, it all starts at, cost, right? Labor costs, all that. We're not just pulling numbers out of our ass, but we do. So we made our model as to, hey, what do I think my time is worth? What do I want to get out of this? How much money, quality of pizza we're making. Obviously, we got to stay alive, right? And we use all the best stuff. I mean, like, everyone says that, but we do, and it's expensive, and our time is expensive. And part of it is the math. Part of it is, hey, what I'm worth.
Yeah.
What do I want to make, right? And then it's trial and error. All right, we price share. What are we selling? All right, we price share. What are we selling? And so we settle on. We make a higher price pizza, right? And people get it, right? They understand that, especially nowadays. Like stuff is expensive, man.
Yeah.
We're dealing with inflation just like everybody else, right? So in order for us to operate and stay alive, we got to charge what we got to charge, and we're making a premium product, and people understand that. Some people don't get it, right?
I would say I
And
think it's like 50-50. Like some
yeah,
people understand like, hey, I'm getting something quality here. I should pay for that. But then other people want to compare you to, freaking hot and ready, right?
yeah,
And like pizza ain't
yeah,
it just pizza is pizza to some people and it's not.
yeah, yeah.
That part to me, that's what I really want to ask. Like how do you educate the customer on the quality, all
So I
that.
think there's two levels to that, right? I think what's happened on the internet and with Dave Portnoy, right? He's taught everybody for us. You know what I mean? Like the movement, TikTok and all that, and especially him, it's like he's got everybody coming in the shop going like this, undercarriage. You know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
even know there was like they got like a whole one bite community and app on
Yeah,
there. I had no
yeah,
idea.
yeah, yeah. And the food influencers coming in, they're educated. Everyone's at least our customers, right? So, like you said, like the other tier is like we know that there's just some people we ain't gonna touch. It's not for them. I wish it was. I get it, but some people just it's not even about money. Like you said, pizza is pizza. Whatever, cheese and sauce on the dough, I'ma eat it. You know what I mean? Frozen pizza, whatever, it's cool. That's not what we do. We can't waste time worrying about trying to get them in because they've already decided that our pizza is terrible because it's expensive.
It's not
So
worth
it's like
it.
it don't matter if we put gold or a lobster on their pizza, they ain't gonna like it because it's too expensive. So I'm not gonna waste my time trying to win them over. We're just not. It's not what we do, right? So we spend time trying to make better pizza for the people that are gonna enjoy it. And like I said, like people are more educated now. And I know once people come in and they try and they eat it, like whoa. Especially in my area, they just didn't know, right? Like a lot of people just didn't know like what good pizza was, like Domino's, and we don't have in my so I'm like 15 20 miles outside of like downtown LA. Most people think of LA as the west side of LA, right? You hear about the valley,
Mhm.
right? The valley is on the western side of LA by the coast, right? Up north, up by the coast. I'm on the east side, right? It's called the San Gabriel Valley. And people don't, most people like those food influencers, they'll be like, that's not even LA. I'm not going out there. But
Right.
I'm closer to downtown than some of them are. You know what I mean? It's a weird kind of LA thing, right? But in my area, we were like kind of one of the first to do like quality dough production, fermented dough, take really good care of it. So we're kind of like, you know, scooping it all up right now. Now they're coming. The big dogs are coming, especially Jim and Yanni. He's coming. So he's building them slice houses everywhere.
See it, but that's okay. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
They
I'm not
show
worried
up.
about that.
Yeah, they show up in your area. That means that it's worth being there.
Yeah. Yeah. To a certain extent, I feel like maybe we kind of proved it. You know what I mean? Like it's possible out here. Because I just think people are looking for, especially right now. I think the trend is people are looking for good quality food if they're gonna spend, right? Because money's tight, and if they're gonna spend, they want something good. That's kind of what we're trying to operate in, the space we're trying to operate.
And I mean, at 20 inches, you can still feed a family for
Here's
relatively
yeah.
cheap. Come on now,
Here's
like,
the thing: you go to McDonald's, family of four, you're spending 60.
might as well get two pizzas.
You know what I mean? Like it's our, that's the thing about pizza, right? It's like expensive pizza still isn't expensive.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if you look at other food or other, like it just has this weird stigma of it's been pounded in your head for so long that pizza is $5 fast and ready. It's hot. It's Pizza Hut. It's delivered Domino's for $6.99. Quality has just taken a back seat to perceived value,
Yeah.
right?
I think it created some clear lines. I posted something yesterday on my story about Little Caesars, how they how they legit changed the game with hot and ready and
Yeah.
changed their business, but they changed a lot more than their business. They changed the
Oh yeah.
customer perception of pizza. Like
Yeah.
it became
Yeah.
fast food with that and and cheap food. And that's it. While they helped themselves, they didn't do anybody else any justice, except the fact that they created quick, clear lines between quality and high quality and poor quality. But now
Yeah.
we got to, as pizza makers, we got to communicate like, okay, go feed that to your kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not what we got here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we get it all the time. Like, what? 15, like, I'm only 15.99 for a 14-inch cheese pizza.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm like,
Yeah. So I do that in like kind of a sometimes it depends on how, you have your days and sometimes somebody comes in like, hey, Little Scissors over there right down the street. But sometimes I'm like, hey, it just depends on what mood I'm in. But I already know this is the thing is like I think sometimes we have to take uh the so we have two experiences. We're having an experience just like the customer is, right? And sometimes we have to take back like our notions of like the customer is always right. Yeah, you're gonna treat them with respect, right? And you're not gonna alienate them, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let someone come in and just like tear the mood down in my shop just because they're having a bad day. You know what I mean? And it's a battle because
you know,
sometimes I'm having a bad day.
you know what I do before I get on? As soon as the girl come back, like you got to call. I'm like, hold on, let me look at their order history before I decide how I'm gonna handle this. Like, it's
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
that's
yeah.
calling every week. I'm a little bit more. How can I help you?
Case by case basis.
I ain't never seen you in my system before. Like, okay. I mean, I don't know what you mean. It wasn't enough cheese. That's how much cheese we
Yeah,
use. That's all. That's
yeah. Oh,
order.
you get those orders on DoorDash, and in the comments or in the notes, they'll put all kind of shit in it. I look at them. Don't put nothing extra on that pie.
Take it over DoorDash. We
They
got paid
ain't
already.
coming back.
We already got paid for that. It's all good. Yeah, I ain't arguing. I mean, I don't. And my thing is, I'm not gonna argue with nobody about pizza. Like,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
yeah.
argue. But it's either I'm
And
gonna give
then
you your
we got
money
to
or I'm gonna
sign it.
give you a pizza, or we gonna part ways, or
Yeah, that's what I do too. I just throw free pizza at your face. You know what I mean? Hey, okay? Here's a free pizza.
here's a
You
pizza.
want it? That's what the people on Yelp too. They do that. Like I can always tell somebody on Yelp who's gonna be worth me responding to, and some are when we mess up, right? But it's always the jokers on there that's like, you know, pizza's mid, sucks. Like without any response of like, okay, what was wrong with it? Right? Those people, I'm not. They just get out. I'm not even responding to you. But if you had a legitimate thing that we mess up, we do, and if we do, I'm gonna make it right. Right? So it's like I'm gonna go above and beyond, especially if we generally made it right. And then sometimes I found that when we do that, those customers become customers for life.
When you make it right.
Yeah, because they feel like they're part of your family now. Like they're part of what you have going on, that you care. And so sometimes when I get those, I'm like, let me get this one. I'm gonna reel them in. You know what I mean?
I like taking care of people, especially in those
Yeah,
situations. But sometimes I get on one, and it's like I ain't trying to hear
yeah.
that shit. Like, especially if I made it, I'm like taking it first. I argue with this lady one time, and that was so bad. I know she ain't coming back, and I was so wrong. Like, it was Friday night in front of the staff. She came in there pissed off. I got pissed off. Like, all that ended was a refund and a bad relationship.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
I had to apologize to my whole team. Like, y'all wasn't supposed to see me act like that. Like, it wasn't even that serious. I should have just gave her the yeah, yeah. Come on, yep,
My bad. We're good.
we good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it was a that was kind of like what I was getting to is like it's with the team. Like I hate this notion of like some jerk's gonna come in my shop and degrade one of my employees when I know that employee, I got love for him. He's ultimately helping me on my journey, right? Like we're all with me. They're gonna come in and like be the customer's always right and be a jerk about it. And it's like, no, I gotta protect my guys at some point too, right?
Yeah,
So it's like you have your bad day somewhere else. It's just pizza.
just a piece.
You know what I mean? You want to come in here, that's your choice. I don't. Yes, okay, cool. But don't come in. But some people just can't be helped. They are so unself aware that they don't even know that people see them like that. Those are the people that's just like, I can't help. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they don't even consider themselves jerks. But everybody around them knows what the hell's going on. You know what I mean?
we just
Those people can't be helped.
take the transaction and get them up out of there.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna let them mess with my guys. So, nah, whatever.
When you opened during pandemic, was it 2021 or 22 when you opened?
November 2022.
And so now we're coming up on year 3. What has been the biggest lesson that you learned?
The biggest lesson I learned is in leadership about how to manage people. I'm kind of, I mean, you met me. I'm loud. Sometimes I'm abrasive, right? I've always come from a good place in my heart, but sometimes I've found that not is how everybody responds. And sometimes because that's me, I'm always unapologetically me, right? And I'm usually playful, right? 99.9% of the time playful. But sometimes it doesn't come off like that, right? So I've learned, I think, through the years, a management style is everybody has to be kind of coached a little differently, right? Right. So you have your guys that you can push. Hey, what's up? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Some people have to be, hey, what's going on? I mean, what's up? What do you need? How can I help you? Be better, do this. Some people need to get a kick in the ass. You know what I mean?
And they can take it.
And they can take it. And some people you need kid gloves for. And that doesn't mean that they're not. trying just as hard, right? Or that there's not a role for them. And that's another part of leadership is learning the roles, right? Building a team. You know, you got your point guard, you got your shooting guard, you got, hey, not everybody can do everything, but there can be a spot for certain roles and attributes. And just leadership and delegation would be another thing. Because, you know, probably just like everybody, I was doing everything for a while. And finally I had this people like, hey, I'm just going to let them rock. And they grew and they learned. I think it was better for them. And now I'm in a place where I'm more comfortable. Shop's running cool. Everything's good.
Are you going to use that newfound time and energy to expand? You going to
Yeah. So we're in the process right now. We're in the process right now. We want a bigger spot of our own. We like sports, right? So we found tickets go up when a good sports game is on, right? So we want a bar. We want a piece of the alcohol action because right now we don't have it. Just pizza. So yeah. So I'm in the shop right now, probably about 15, 20 hours a week. And then the rest of the time we're actively in expansion mode right now.
like that?
So
I like that.
yeah.
Is it expansion like a move or second
So
location?
no, we're gonna keep the spot. It's gonna be second. Yeah. We're building a team right now to get there. All right, outside of this team. So that's the it's both exciting and both scary as hell. Because I know remember how scary this one is, and it's like, damn, now I gotta manage two. It's like, well, I can't even wrap my head around it. How many you got?
I got one, but
You got one.
I support 18 stores.
Oh, okay. What does that mean? Support 18.
So so we're a franchise. I own a single franchise for West Shore Pizza.
Okay.
But I do the new franchisee onboarding. I do the management training
Oh, okay.
for all the stores. I do all
Shit.
the POS support, all of this stuff. I came from the corporate side.
Oh, okay.
We got into flipping stores. I've had 7 of them.
All right.
Some flip well, some of them flip me on my ass. But that's a whole another story. But that's what we got it. We were just like people because everybody wanted to do it. Like it looked
Yeah.
sexy. I
Yeah.
want to get a franchise. I'm gonna retire
Oh yeah. I think
Publix and use my
people hear franchise and they're like,
K, get a franchise and all. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They fail.
my idea of a franchise is like people are. I used to think like, okay, franchise, easy ride, easy ticket.
That's what people think. And they stake their houses on it. They stake their 401ks on it. And then and we were like when I was, coming up in my 20s, we were running stores, but we just kind of got in shark mode. Like we just gonna start scooping them up because they
Yeah.
want to get out. And we were getting
Yeah.
them cheap and just trying to just put a team in there, flip it, get in and out of them. But and we just kept this one. I've had it for 13 years. We kept this one out of all of the 7 that
Oh, okay.
and,
Cool.
yeah, so we in it, but there's 19 stores, and I just help them out with the other.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna be in your DMs about this new move I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need your help.
I'll
I'm
send
gonna
you
need
some.
your help.
Yo, well, that's what I do. So I'll send you like
Yeah.
my checklist, all that good stuff, and
Yeah.
whatever I got that can help. I'm happy to share. I try to be an
That's
open
what
book.
that's one of the things I'll add to about biggest things I've learned. Systems. Systems management enable me to have free time. I just came back from Palm Springs and I didn't have to worry too much about the shop.
That's a great feeling.
Yeah, so that's a huge. I would recommend. At first, I didn't even what system. What's that? Like we didn't even have checklists at first. I was just going, you know. But the hard part is like I didn't even know what the checklist was because I didn't know.
What
I
should
didn't
we what
know.
should we
I didn't.
even be checking off this
What
list?
should be checking off? My recipes were constantly changing because what I thought would happen didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like procedures, and it's like just things I didn't know. I couldn't have known. And so sometimes it was hard in the beginning because I would teach somebody a certain way, and then it's because I thought it was the best way, but it really wasn't. And then I learned, and then it was hard to get them out of that
Because
mode
you already taught them something.
because I already taught them something that's engraved in their head, and then I'm like, oh, actually, no, we don't do it this way. Actually, we do it this way. And now you got to look at this list to do it like this. And there was a lot of buck back, right? Because I think people thought my employees thought that this is a I wanted to make it dope ass cool spot to work at, different from everything else. That's what like I wanted to be different. I was an idiot, right? Things work for, away for a reason. I can't be the cool boss because ultimately they're gonna take advantage. You know what I mean? And it's not because they're mean spirited or just I don't know. That's just kind of way the humans work. I don't
It's
know.
human nature.
If it's not structured, then it's not gonna be what you want out of it.
It's gonna be chaos.
And so a lot of like we had a lot of older kind of like retread employees, like burnt out line cooks that when I implemented, they bucked hard, and those they're not here no more.
Yeah, but that you seen those guys. They work in every kitchen in town. Like,
They flame out in
dog, the problem
spectacular
is you.
fashion.
I tell a cat like,
Every boss you get, it's their fault.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
know some. I mean, when you've been around long enough, you see these dudes, and sometimes you give them give them a go because we're gonna be slow for the summer. Or I got vacations
yeah,
coming, but they're just like they're like G League players. You
exactly.
put them on a 10-day and then get their
Put
ass up
them on
out
a
of there.
10 day, but they got a drinking problem, and they
Yeah,
probably gonna be late.
they need a little bit of cash up front. Like, can you
Yeah,
front me a little bit? Like, oh man, I seen these dudes.
yeah.
But
See I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. So some of these dudes come in and they seem like, oh yeah, this guy got experience. All right, cool. Let's rock. He could teach me something. That's what I thought of. I was like, oh, he's gonna teach me something. And I'm not saying they didn't, but also like that
you learn
notion.
something about them too.
And I think that was a good lesson for me because I kept a few guys on way too long, and it was stressing me the hell out and stressing everybody out because I just figured like, damn, man, how am I gonna find somebody? But they're out there.
People want to work. They want to work for good people. They want to work for good
Yeah,
leadership.
yeah,
They want to
yeah,
be
yeah.
in good environments that are safe and
Yeah,
thriving, right?
That's what we built, and I think getting those guys the fuck out of there is how you build it, right? It's just cancer. You don't want to be going into work and you're like, God damn, I got to work with this guy, bro. Like,
That guy got to go.
so for a while, I'm gonna mention no names. This is one that I was bearing the brunt, right? It worked out to where I had to manipulate the schedule playing damn Tetris, so it would be just me and him because I could handle it. But then after a while, I'm just like, oh my god, I was like, I don't want to be around this person no more, man. Like, it's sucking the life out of me.
You can't let them train nobody. You can't even bring a new person
No.
in. Yeah, I know. I've been there. Get
Yeah,
that guy
yeah,
out of here. Get that guy out of here.
yeah. So we got a very quicker leash now. I would say shorter leash than we did at the beginning.
As long as you keep building that dope environment, people will want to join.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
secret. That's like the secret weapon is like number one in hiring. Referrals are always going to be the best. Like people who bring
yeah,
people, referrals are always the best. But the way to get referrals is to have a dope environment,
yeah,
have a
yeah.
leader that cares about the team. Like if you say shit like "I got my people's back" versus whatever happened with the customer, I got your back. Like that matters to folks, and that's the kind of stuff that gets
100%.
them to bring their
So
friends.
we have uh, a guy came into my shop probably like a year and a half ago. He had a broken ankle, and he's rolling up, and he's like, "Hey, you guys hiring?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'll just give me a DM. I'll get in touch with you." So he shoots me a DM. He comes back. He comes in, stretches a pizza like, I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm impressed." You know what I mean? So I'm like, now I'm recruiting him, and he took like 2 months from just me like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on, man? What's up? How can I help you out?" This and that. And come to find out, he was working for a guy who was a complete jerk that he hated, but this guy had been telling him, "Well, I'm going to get you your own store. I'm going to get you this and that. I'm going to get you all that." So he's like hesitant. And finally, he's like, all right, he jumped ship. That store that I got that guy from, I now have 5 guys from that store because he came in and he was like, "This is way better than what you guys were doing and what I'm doing. I love this store." And now I
Let
got
me
5 of them in there and
let
they
me
all
tell
love
my
it.
friends exactly.
Yeah, and they all love it. And they're like, "Man, this is way cooler."
You become family doing this. Like
Yeah,
you spend so much
yeah,
time, especially in a tight space. Like my store is 1,400 square feet, but my kitchen is small. So
yeah,
we spend time in there. You got to
yeah,
be like you got to work with people you like.
Yeah, that's for sure. And we try to cultivate like the environment. Like we're just unapologetically us. So we bang music. I let them play whatever they want. Now sometimes that gets us into trouble, so I have to restrict it sometimes because they'll be playing some wild stuff in there.
Like the barbershop.
Next.
You
But
already you know
I
whose
think that's
playlist it is too. Like,
yeah. But I think that's just kind of the vibe. Ultimately, people like that as customers. I think right. They just like the vibe of it. It sounds like kind of douchebaggy and cliche, but they like the vibe. They like the feeling of blowing in there and like maybe you hear a cuss word on the music. You know what I mean? Maybe you get snapped on. Maybe maybe you get a free slice if you're cool. It's like an adventure, and that's the kind of way I built it.
so I like that you all about having that vibe in there. A question I've been asking a lot of folks recently: if there was a theme song for Pie Trap Pizza, what would that theme song?
That's a good question. I mean, sometimes I like to slow it down with R&B. Sometimes I like to blast Wu-Tang. I think I would probably have to go with Explosive though. But
Explosive,
our main selling by. We're explosive. We're different.
West
We
Coast,
kind of do our own thing. West Coast, we
West
do our
Coast
own thing.
classic.
Ultimately, it's different, right? I think that's what people dig about our shop. It's different. It's not like we weren't going to try to recreate what we aren't, which is a place that has 30 years of business and then there's the old school pizza. Hey, fucking Joey. We're never going to be that, right? Because we're open for we're barely open. So it's like, the guy, hey, fucking get this guy a slice. That's not us. We could never do that, right? So it's like, oh, do you want to create the retro vibe like you're trying to fake like you're that? I would say, hey, we're just us. I've only been in this for 2 years. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm just gonna be us. That's it. And I think people responded to it.
Love it. What advice would you give someone who was, looking to do what you did,
I would say,
other than don't do what you did?
I would say, don't do it. Number one. No, I would say you can do it. You can do it. I would say first and foremost, now, if you're not gonna be quality forward in this new market, I think that we're doing, that pizza's going to, I would say don't do it, right? Because I feel like those places are getting phased out. If you're not, don't play the price wars with Domino's
Can't
and,
beat
and
them.
Little Caesars. You're not gonna beat them. So if you're coming in with like, hey, give me whatever pepperoni you got, what cheese, what's the cheapest cheese you got in there? You ain't gonna win that game. So don't play that game. You can do it, but it's gonna be hard, right? And if you don't know, and then you're like me, I would have told myself it's gonna be way harder than you think it is. But don't let that scare you. You can't do it. You can't do it. You're gonna have to want to do it. You're gonna you're gonna be in a couple situations that you're gonna be like, damn, can I do this? I'm not sure. And then you just gotta pick yourself up and just say, I'm gonna do it,
So
right?
if
Because
somebody said, all right, I want to do it, I want to try it. Paul, can I
I
come
would,
work? Can I work in your shop for a year
yeah.
and learn the game?
I have no problem teaching the game to anybody because ultimately, I don't think it's about pizza. I could give you my recipes and the same equipment and the same shot of pizza ain't gonna be the same. It's just it's your execution, it's your want to, it's your confidence, it's your personality is gonna come out in the product. It's never gonna be the same. And people helped me. I'm about helping people, right? I would definitely say come work for me for a year. Heck, all the game's yours. I give all my guys get all of the game. Ain't no secrets on anything. And I tell them, hey, you want to branch out and do your own thing? I'll help you out any way you need to do it because ultimately, I think that that's like a badge of honor. If one of my guys went out, did their own thing, and crushed it, I'd be like, wear a little patch on the jacket. You know what I mean? I think that's dope.
Send me my royalties.
You can't use the name. You can't use the name, but yeah, yeah,
That's
do
good
it.
advice.
If you want to do it, do it. It can be done.
It's not
It
impossible.
can't. It's not impossible. It's hard. It's gonna. There's gonna be lonely. It's a. Here's what I'll say. It's a. It's a opening up entrepreneurship I found it can be lonely. It can be a lonely feeling of like, damn, I'm in this. Like nobody's gonna come save me. I'm in it. Shit, I can quit. I can't quit if I want to. I
Personal,
can't quit if I even wanted to.
personal.
You know what I mean? I can't quit if I even wanted to. And then you got, me, I just having kids on the way and I was under pressure, right? So, but then the pressure just made me just go. And if that's you, you could do it. You could do it. You could do it. Definitely.
Another thing I love is, especially with the LA pizza scene, is that everybody out there is so supportive of each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
See y'all all the time, and everybody's like visiting and shouting out everybody's
Yeah.
shops,
Yeah.
and you had the whole LA Pizza Coalition after
Yeah.
the wildfires. Thankfully, you guys were able to make it through that.
Yeah.
Having that pizza community seems like it pushes everybody to be better, right?
It pushes everybody to be better. Like I was saying about the lonely feeling, it feels less lonely when you could talk to somebody who's like in the shit with you. Like, hey, man, what happens when this happens? And they're like, man, this shit sucks, but here's what I did. Boom. You know what I mean? And then it comes back around and it's just like a little circle. Right. I wouldn't say like it's all like we're all happy, hunky dory on the same team. It maybe comes off more than it is on Instagram, but it is some of that. It definitely is some of that. It's a lot of that. I have a lot of good friends now because of it in the industry, and it's dope. It was definitely helpful. And I would just say to anybody, reach out. I think you'll find most people, good people in the pizza industry, they're cool. They'll like to help you. You know what I mean? Maybe the old school people wouldn't, right? But whatever. You know what I mean?
There's plenty of folks out there
Yeah,
willing to
plenty.
share
You
and
hit you like
offer
enemy
advice.
watching this. You got a question for me? Hit me up in the DMs. I'll help you out. Now,
How they find you?
don't ask me no crazy stuff, but I'll help you
I'm coming. I'm asking for free pizza.
out. I got you. I got
I'll
you.
be there. I'll be there in August.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
California restaurant show's coming up August. I think
All right.
third, fourth, and fifth.
Cool.
It's in Anaheim this year. It was in downtown last year.
For that one last year. I'll probably go out there. Come down. I'll hang out with you. We'll go to some shops.
Yeah, I'll. That was my next question. Like, who are some of your favorite shops to visit when you're just kind of out having some pizza?
So me and my bud Juan from Triple Beam, really good friends now. Triple Beam Pizza. They have 3 or 4 locations. They do like it's called Pizza alla Paula, like Roman style. Super good, super good. Hot Tongue is really good. Ozzy's is great. The Sorted's great. Apollonia's, of course, obviously, you know what I mean? You've seen Justin at the Pizza Expo. He's like,
Got a glow, dog.
he's got a glow like Bruce Leroy, bro. He's got a glow on him. Man, he walks around, but the Apollonia's, I mean, as far as LA pizza, like they kind of started it, like, I don't know, probably 15, 20 years ago. I met, the LA Pizza Alliance. I met him. We cool. We chopped it up. Great dude, Justin from Apollonia's. I mean, there's so many more. Triple Beam's great. It's a Triple Beam. Prime Pizza's great. There's a lot of great pizzas, man. A lot of great pizzas.
I'll be checking some more out when I come out there.
Yeah. I still have to get to a lot of them because LA
It's huge.
is like I said, the west side and east side. Like for me to get to for me to get to Venice Beach, like my man from AC's Pizza out there, Angel City Pizza, Little Dynamite I still haven't been to. For me to get there, if it's traffic, it takes like 2.5, 3 hours. You know what I mean? So it's like
You gotta make a day out of
if
it.
I gotta go to Venice Beach, like I gotta go to afternoon at like 12 o'clock, gonna take me like an hour and a half. LA's big, man. LA's big.
LA is huge.
Especially like I'm on the east side, so it's like for me to get all the way to the west side, and then the traffic is like. So there's a ton of spots I haven't been to still.
A lot of good spots. I see a lot of pop ups happening out there too. A lot of folks
Pop ups,
doing their
yeah,
thing, man. So, shout out to LA and you know, go visit my man Paul. Tell
yeah.
everybody where they need to come see you at though.
So we're in Covina, right? We're in East Los Angeles. We're in the eastern LA County. We're about 15 minutes east of downtown. Not too long to get there. Less traffic out on this side, so you'll be all right when you come out. Yeah. And then coming soon, hopefully we'll be in more places. I'm not gonna drop the news yet, but we'll be coming soon.
When it's time, please come back and tell us where you at and where to find you there. But until then, go check him out. Um, East LA, Covina, Pie Trap Pizza. Have a pizza, have some beer, and don't ask too many questions because you might get snapped up.